Hello, and a warm welcome to the Ghatna Chakra book video. Let's begin this journey where we will present every topic in a simple, clear, and exam-oriented manner.
All right, let's dive into a really fascinating piece of India's government machinery. We're talking about how all the different states actually coordinate with the central government. And the answer lies in a super important body called the Interstate Council. I mean, just think about it for a second. You've got all these states, all these union territories, each with its own goals. And then you have the powerful central government. How do you keep things from becoming, well, a total mess? How do you make sure everyone's pulling in the same direction on big issues? It's a huge question, right? And the main answer is this: the Interstate Council. Now, the key thing to get here is that this is not just some informal get-together. It's a body that's literally written into the Constitution of India. It was created for the specific purpose of being that high-level meeting place for the states and the center to talk things out. So, on to the 1990 establishment. Here's a fun fact. This council wasn't around from the very beginning. So, where did it come from? Let's trace its origin story. The year you need to lock in your mind is 1990. And this date wasn't just picked out of a hat. The council was set up based on recommendations from the Sarkaria Commission, which had spent a ton of time studying the often tense relationship between the central government and the states. So, in 1990, it officially came into being. And here's why that's so significant. It wasn't created by a regular act of parliament, something that could be changed or gotten rid of pretty easily. Nope. It was established by a presidential order, which grounds it directly in the Constitution. That gives it some serious weight. Okay, next up, constitutional authority and leadership. So we know when it was created and how, but what really gives the council its power, its teeth? And who's actually at the head of the table running the show? Its authority isn't just based on people deciding to play nice. It's hardwired right into the Constitution. It all comes from Article 263. This article basically gives the president the power to create a council like this if it seems to be in the public's best interest. And that constitutional backing is exactly what makes it such a permanent and powerful part of India's whole federal structure. So that brings up a really logical question, doesn't it? If the president is the one who establishes the council, does that mean the president also leads it? Well, no, and this is a really critical distinction to make. The power to establish it, to bring it into existence, that belongs to the president. But the person who actually chairs the meetings, the one who guides the whole discussion, that's the prime minister. This setup puts the head of the government right at the heart of all this interstate coordination. All right, that was a super quick tour, but we covered the big stuff. So before we finish, let's just quickly recap everything. Time for your key takeaways. So let's boil it all down. First, what is it? It's the main constitutional forum for the center and states to talk. Simple. When was it created? 1990. How was it created? By the president, using the power given under Article 263. And finally, who leads it? The prime minister. Boom. Those 4 points really give you the whole picture. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. The prime minister, who's the head of the central government, is also the chairperson of this council meant for cooperation between the center and the states. How do you think that influences the dynamic in the room? Does it actually help everyone collaborate, or does it maybe just reinforce the center's powerful position? It's a question that gets to the very heart of how India's federal system works. Thanks for tuning in for this explainer.